It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Today, it's an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And here we go from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Young on the play action. Pass brought in by Tataroa McMillan. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. He sets up second and very manageable. He creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. To throw. Here's Young. Flush out now to his left. Cut along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's a give to Hubbard. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
At the 47-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Young working from the gun. Running right side by McMillan. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Taking a shot deep here. This finds its target. That's Hill. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Prater adds the PAT. And the Panthers will jump back to a 7-0 lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Jackson now to return it. Good work so far. He's got room. And that's out of bounds all the way across the 45, very nearly to midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. He has this down to the 34. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. As that running back's come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
Short pass brought in. And he's able to take this one down to 25.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Jacobs running behind center. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers finish off their opening drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Play action now, Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
A 2nd down throw for Young. His running back holds it in deep right. Get 22 out of that play. And that's going to bring up the Carolina 1st down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
1st and 10 from the 43. Now it's Young. He finds Evans left side. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. So the false start backs him up. This is 2nd down and 9. Here's Young again. Let's set up the screen. It's Hubbard. And he's caught at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
With that down the distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first one it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down now, ball at the 33. Sticking to the air, it's Young. To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well.
A gain of 17 yards.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Panthers first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Panther
Again, it's Young. Flushed out of the pocket. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That is somebody it's tough to truly overthrow, but it can happen. I know what he was thinking, Kate. I'm going to put this in the spot where only my guy gets it. Problem was, that spot was even too high for him.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. To the air, yet again. Young getting out to his left. Catch is made in close. And they're going to have 1st and goal when we begin our 2nd quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. And he has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a 2nd quarter lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Prater on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Packers 7.
Now Prater on to send it away. Has this at the 6. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. gets it to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Love out of the shotgun. Throw left side to Watson. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He rolls to his right. Down he goes. The Panthers got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Shotgun now for Love. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
He's got his man. This is Kraft. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Takes the handoff, now Love. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers can tie it up in the 2nd after coming into the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. McManus on for the extra point. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Packers tie things up at 14. Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Now hang on a moment. I think we've got an injured player out there. Yeah, that's Chuba Hubbard being looked at following the play. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Young to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
When they were in our defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Young throwing here. Buying some time right. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down. Here he goes, third and long. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep him on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
They're going for it, Young. And things are dead even as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He gets 16 yards on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they will be on the verge of a touchdown here, partners. He pushes this down to the 5-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
No run, Jacobs. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. But man, that one stings.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. That one right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is McManus to kick this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Going play action. Young. Trying for the deep ball. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down. point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Send it away.
Jackson now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Love from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't make the hook up with Matthew Golden. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Love on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here's Jacobs again on 2nd down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Going run again with Jacobs. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Am I seeing this correctly? This punt is being returned from inside his own end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. And the pack gets home. They drop him. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the 1st play.
That's third sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think. How many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Going to throw here on third. Got his man. This is McMillan. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison or Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
From the pistol, it's Young. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That was Tanaroa McMillan he was looking for. And it's going to be second down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's Young again. This finds its target. That's Hill. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Panthers first.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Again, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. Checks this one down. Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop and playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Short pass brought in. He's got it in the red zone. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Here's Hubbard on the give. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Young's going to sneak it. Watching the goal line, but he won't reach it. The defense keeps him out and forces 3rd and goal.
All I can really say about that one, Kate, at least he managed to make it out of the end zone. Now staring at a 3rd down at your own 1. Yikes.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. Shotgun snap now to Young. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
Here he goes, gotta have this on fourth down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their handles forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And he set out after getting them away from their own goal line. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
And the Packers, first down.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. That run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They stick with Jacobs. Tackle made right around the 26. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Love out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route complete. He is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They run it with Jacobs. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. They gain 11 on that play, and it'll give the Packers the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jacobs with it. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. That'll be 2nd down. Offense in a hurry up here.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action. Love. Completed to his running back. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Turn a good play into a great play.
And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's such a magnificent run. Quick story time. My first NFL start. Ricky Watters does the same thing. Gets the ball inside and near that goal line. Now get in the huddle. Ricky says, give Ricky the ball.
And he's across. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Packers double their lead to 14. On now is McManus to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Panthers losing by 14. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field.
Positive with that effort. He didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
Now it's Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Tyrone McMillan that time. And it's 3rd down now. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that puts this offense in a very tough situation now on 4th down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. It's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
It's caught left side by Hill. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Somehow they find 12 yards there on 4th and 10, Brock, and that is enough to convert. Bring up a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Young on 1st and 10. Going all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful of throwing check down, it's check down, it's check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. That brings us to 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
And that's going to wind up incomplete as that gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down.